So you've finally done it. You've left the corporate world. You wake up on Monday morning, you don't have 14 back-to-back Zoom meetings, and you suddenly realize, what do I actually do now? A lot of executives think leaving corporate means retiring, playing golf 3 days a week, and slowly fading into irrelevance. But that's a massive mistake. You aren't retiring. You are entering the most lucrative, high-impact phase of your entire career. First, we're going to talk about the concept of the portfolio career, how to structure your week so you're making more money than your corporate salary, but only working 3 days a week. Then I'll break down the exact math of what a fully optimized fractional portfolio looks like. 3 clients, 1 advisory board seat, and you know what? 0 politics. We also need to talk about the hardest part of the transition, deprogramming your calendar and giving yourself permission to take a Tuesday off without feeling guilty. And finally, I'll show you how to take back control of your health, which the corporate grind has probably destroyed over the last 30 years. Let's get into it. When you ask what to do after corporate life, the default answer society gives you is retirement. But if you're a high-performing executive with 30 years of rich, deep experience, retirement actually sounds like a nightmare. You don't want to stop working. You just want to stop working for a toxic bureaucracy. You want the intellectual stimulation. You want to make a massive impact. And yes, you want the executive level income. You just want it on your own terms. The answer to what comes after corporate life is building a portfolio career. You are shifting from being a single asset investor, where 100% of your time and income is tied to one W-2 job, to a diversified portfolio manager of your own expertise. Let's break down exactly how to design this new lifestyle so you get the income, the impact, and the freedom you left corporate to find. The first step is understanding the structure of a portfolio career. In corporate, your career is monolithic. One boss, one company, one set of problems. In a portfolio career, you diversify. You take your 30 years of deep experience and you slice it into high value, rich margin engagements. Instead of giving 60 hours a week to one CEO who doesn't appreciate you, you give 10 hours a week to 3 different founders who desperately need your strategic brain. This structure completely changes your day-to-day life. You are no longer bogged down in the minutia of HR disputes or endless alignment meetings. You drop into a company, you deliver pure strategic value, you solve the complex problem, and then you log off. You get all of the intellectual thrill of the executive suite with none of the corporate baggage. Let's look at the exact math of what a fully optimized portfolio career looks like. A standard, highly successful fractional executive will carry 3 active clients at any given time. If, for example, you charge $10,000 a month per retainer, that's $30,000 a month or $360,000 a year. But here's the best part. You're only dedicating about 1 day a week to each of those clients. That means you're making $360,000 a year and you're only working 3 days a week. So now what do you do on those other 2 days? Well, you could use 1 day to sit on an advisory board, which pays you in equity and it expands your network. And then you use the final day to work on your business, not in it. You have completely replaced your corporate salary, you have diversified your risk across 3 companies, and you've reclaimed 40% of your work week. That is the power of the portfolio. The third step is the hardest psychological hurdle, deprogramming your calendar. For 30 years, you have been conditioned to believe that if you aren't sitting at your desk from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., you aren't being productive. You've been trained to equate your hours worked with value delivered. When you start a portfolio career, you will have days where you finish all of your high impact work by 11 a.m. Your corporate brain will start to panic. It will tell you to find busy work, to check your emails, to sit at your desk, just in case. You have to actively fight that urge. You have to give yourself permission to close the laptop at 11 a.m. on Tuesday and go for a hike. Your clients are not paying you for your time. They're paying you for your 30 years of experience and the outcomes you deliver. If you can deliver that outcome in 3 hours instead of 40, guess what? You win. The final piece of designing your post-corporate life is reclaiming your health. Let's be brutally honest. The corporate grind destroys executives. The stress, the travel, the terrible airport food, the lack of sleep, it takes a massive toll on your body. And when you leave corporate life, your first priority must be repairing that damage because you now control your calendar. There's zero excuse for missing a workout. There's zero excuse for eating garbage because you're stuck in back-to-back meetings. You can schedule your deep strategic thinking for the morning. Hit the gym if 2 o'clock in the afternoon when it's empty is your thing. You can have dinner every night with your family. Your health is the ultimate leading indicator of your success as a fractional executive. If you are burned out and exhausted, you can't deliver the high-level strategy your clients are paying you for. Taking care of yourself is no longer a luxury. It is now a business requirement. So when we talk about what to do after corporate life, we're not talking about fading into retirement. We're talking about entering your prime. It means designing a portfolio career where you diversify your income and your impact across multiple high-growth companies. It means doing the math and realizing you can make 360 grand a year working just 3 days a week. But it means doing the hard psychological work of deprogramming your calendar and realizing that your value is in your outcomes and not your hours. And it means taking back control of your health, your energy, and your life. This is what the other side of the corporate wall actually looks like. But here's the catch. To build this dream portfolio career, you actually have to know how to land 3 $10,000 a month clients. You can't just sit around waiting for founders to knock on your door. You need a system to attract them. If you want to see how to turn this model into a predictable, scalable pipeline of high-quality startup clients, go watch this video next. The system behind a predictable pipeline for fractional executives. In that video, you'll see how to build a cohesive system that brings the right founders to you so you can build your portfolio career on your terms. Go watch that video next.